kind of got into skating due to friends. I had a few friends that picked up over the years, and that kind of made me more and more intrigued the more I hung out with them to actually pick it up myself.
What got me into skating was a lot of games I played growing up had skating in some way involved in them. And I always saw like skaters on like telly and stuff. You always hear about like Tony Hawk and the like, and I always thought they were really cool. And I think it was a really fun way to kind of get some exercise. Any other sports other than skating? I don't know. No, not really. I do like roller skating, but that's basically the same thing, just slightly different, I guess.
I don't do any other sports now. Never really found an interest in any other one. I've not really been into skating too long, so I've not got a good opinion on whether I think it's negative or positive. But so far, I think person to person wise, it's a pretty positive experience. But as to what it leads to in the locations, not so much. It's always very messy, and I don't know, like half of the time you don't really see the people skating as such, so it kind of takes away.
The culture surrounding skating, there's pros and cons to it. It's very homogenous, skating, where it's like everyone just kind of likes skating, but there's a lot of negatives to the skate culture as well, where a lot of like imagery and content surrounding skating, especially nowadays, is very like, there's a lot of heavy drug and alcohol kind of use, which, you know, it kind of can set a bad image for skating as a whole. It gives off the impression that that's like very much the only people that do it, which isn't ideal. I mean, even today we're at like a skate park here, and it's just littered with like broken glass and bottles and like used up vapes, and kids are supposed to like come here, which it's not ideal, it's not good, and I think that's kind of, it's unfortunately becoming a big part of what people see skating as, even skaters themselves.
Well, like, friends have inspired me quite a bit. Directors that decided to make movies based around skating that inspired me to get more into it. I've not really been involved in skating, like I said, too long to have incurred too many negative experiences. But the main sort of negative experience is probably locations. A lot of skate parks I've been to, they don't really stand out or seem too interesting, or they're covered to the brim in litter and really unappealing graffiti.
Not directly. I've never been hassled by skaters or anything like that. I've never gone into any altercations. It's mostly just negative environment that they build for themselves in places like this, where skate parks aren't very well kept and people sort of treat them more as like hangout spots to just drink and stuff, which it definitely sort of builds a more negative atmosphere than it could be. It sort of discourages people from coming to these places and giving skating a go. I don't know if I've been skating long enough to really have a definitive best experience, but it sort of accidentally got me into roller skating as well, which I've also been having fun with. As opposed to a single experience, the experience of skating as a whole is it's made me a bit happier about going outside. I'm more active than I ever was because of skating. I'm trying new things. I feel like I'm being a lot bolder in how I do things now because of how much kind of just sending it is a part of skating. It's not exactly, you know, an answer, but I think the best is kind of yet to come.
I really love the feel of turning corners, like really sharp corners, especially if they're on like a downhill slant, because you get such a thrill just turning into them. So that's probably my best experience so far from skating.
First time we did that.